Mobbing and bullying, a linguistic and cultural difference. In everyday language, the terms mobbing and bullying are often treated as if they mean the same thing. At first glance, both seem to describe a similar phenomenon. A person is repeatedly attacked, excluded, or humiliated by others. However, there are linguistic and cultural differences between the German concept of mobbing and the English concept of bullying. In German-speaking contexts, mobbing usually refers to systematic and long-lasting behavior in which a person is deliberately targeted and psychologically pressured by a group or by individuals. The term is especially common in the workplace. For example, colleagues might repeatedly exclude someone, spread rumors, undermine their work, or constantly criticize them in order to push them out of a social or professional environment. Although the word can also be used in schools, in German usage, it is strongly associated with long-term social exclusion and psychological pressure. The English term bullying, by contrast, is broader in meaning. It describes repeated aggressive behavior in which there is a clear imbalance of power between the people involved. Bullying can take different forms, including physical aggression, verbal insults, intimidation, or social exclusion. In English-speaking countries, the term is particularly common in the school context, where it refers to children or adolescents who repeatedly harm, threaten, or humiliate others. Another important difference is linguistic. Although the German word mobbing originally comes from the English verb to mob, meaning to attack or crowd around someone, the noun mobbing is not commonly used in English in the same way as it is in German. When English speakers talk about situations similar to what Germans call mobbing, they usually use the term workplace bullying. In summary, mobbing in German-speaking countries usually refers to long-term psychological harassment, often in the workplace, while bullying in English is a broader term for repeated aggression and intimidation, especially among children and teenagers in schools. Despite these differences in language and usage, both concepts ultimately describe the same underlying issue: the deliberate harm and exclusion of another person. While the words may differ across languages, the emotional and psychological consequences for those affected are very similar.